Smash those likes. Let's get it. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and we are back for a live stream today, September 4th at 12:20 p.m. So right now, the market is doing a big nothing burger. It's just dropping like a top. Bitcoin had a major rejection today. So Bitcoin overall came down here, was getting rejected by the daily VWAP. We lost the August value area low of 111,114. We tried to get back above it, got rejected off the daily VWAP, continued the downtrend, fell down to the previous day low, thought it looked like we were sweeping this area here, fell back down, swept the London low, fantastic sweep here, looked like we were going to have a recovery, but guess not. We just tanked right after that and dropped it like it's hot all the way down to the weekly average of 109. Tried to recover above the monthly VWAP, failed once again, and dropped lower again. Ethereum doing somewhat of a very similar thing, just sitting around its monthly point of control right now of 42.94. Not really doing much at all, as Bitcoin has not been able to recover. Volumes really kind of dried up and has gone sideways here. So overall, Bitcoin really struggling to get back above some significant levels here and just heading lower. If we continue to head lower here, weekly open is down at 108,200. 108,200 is the next big target to the downside if we keep heading lower here at these areas. So we will see if Bitcoin can get its stuff together and eventually start pushing back up here or not. So let's jump into the chat real quick. Let's start saying hi to some people as people are jumping in. Good to see all of you guys. Good to see everybody. All the Crypto Citadel OGs hanging out. Some of you guys were joining yesterday, which was fantastic. Good to have you. Make sure you guys are tapping those likes, hitting that subscribe. So right now, the altcoin market overall is significantly down in the day, right? Down 7%. World Liberty Finance down 20% today, making a new low around 16 cents. So really dropping like it's hot for World Liberty Finance. Not a great time for World Liberty Finance holders, which is one of the reasons why I've been telling you guys that I am not planning on holding World Liberty Finance in my portfolio. I'll take some trades off of it when we find some support. But outside of that, I am not going to be playing around with World Liberty Finance and holding that thing. So let's go jump over to Bitcoin on the more macro level here, right? On the more macro level, right, on the 4 hour, give or take. Let me turn off some of these indicators. Give me a second here. All right. So overall on the 4 hour, thank you for that subscribe. Good to see you. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Bitcoin has fallen out of the previous week range as well. Falling out of the previous week range is not what we want to see, right? We don't want to see that. We want to stay within the previous week range. We want to stay within the August range overall. August value area low is 111. So between 109, 721 and 111, 114, we really want to stay above that region so we can start running for that 113 to 115. Now, overall here, as you guys can see, we are still making higher lows overall. We're still making higher lows overall for Bitcoin. All right, we bottomed out around the 107, 167. We've had some big wicks on the downside here back towards that 107, 108 area. We finally had the big pullback from yesterday, started pulling back, and we're all the way back down at 109,500 right now. So if we continue pulling back here, we need to stay above this 107 area. If not, 105 to 103 is back on the table, and we will lose this low and start making a lower low, which is not what we want to see for Bitcoin. Ethereum here coming down towards that previous day low as Bitcoin is starting to pull back here a little bit as well. So on the macro level, not in trouble yet, but not looking too great with this significant pullback. We need to start pulling back up sooner than later, realistically here for Bitcoin. Ethereum still hasn't hit that previous day low. Good to see you. Good to see all of you guys joining in here to see if I'm missing anybody in the chat. No. All right, cool. Ethereum heading towards the previous day low of 42.81 right now. If we sweep this area, could be a decent entry to go long, but the trend to the downside has been overwhelmingly strong today. So I will most likely not be taking any more trades. I will be waiting it out and see what tomorrow brings, because right now, not great. Rico, thank you for smashing those likes and hitting that subscribe, brother. Let's get it. Come on. Good to see you here. Etronator, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you here. 15 minutes. Let's jump back down to the 15-minute on Bitcoin. Bitcoin once again pulling back lower. Just kind of hovering around this 109, 440, 450 area right now, trying to build some support in this region. But realistically, we don't have a lot of support here. We'll see what happens if we start to recover anytime soon. But I'll be waiting for tomorrow, waiting for the close of the day to see how much we've actually pumped back up by tomorrow after the Asia trading session. What happens if it doesn't go back up? Well, if it doesn't go back up, that means that we're going to be dropping lower, right? Heading towards that 105, 103 area is pretty much our last line of defense, along with this yearly VWAP of 102, right? We're currently at, the yearly VWAP is currently at $102,348. So this region here would be our last line of defense. If we fall below this yearly VWAP, it is a wrap. Most likely bear market status coming in, dropping a lot lower below 100,000. We start heading towards targets between 97 to 96 as a first stop. And then below that, we got targets between 89 to 88. Let's go. Another subscriber in the house. Appreciate you smashing those likes and hitting that subscribe. We got targets down at 89 to 88, all the way down to 84,000. And then it could get real low, real bad, real fast. Yearly NPOC down at $67,000 Bitcoin. $67,000 Bitcoin if we really start to top out here. So we shall see, my friends. Let's keep jumping here into the chat. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. Another subscriber. Let's get it. Appreciate the subscribe. Let's see here. Bitcoin going to 97K, 100K. Anthony. Well, it's definitely on the cards if we start to drop below the anchored VWAP of 107,000, right? If we start to fall below 107,000, we have quarter 2 NPOC, monthly NPOC, 6-month NPOC, all between 105 to 104, and we have the yearly VWAP down at 102. If nothing here can support Bitcoin and push Bitcoin back up to make a higher high, right, and we continue the downtrend, then yes, 96K Bitcoin to 67K Bitcoin is on the table to the downside, which would really, really suck if we're about to, quarter 4 is coming, right? We know that September is a choppy month overall. We know that September is a choppy month. I really am expecting one more push, maybe not a new all-time high, but worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario is that we have another big push, 115, 120-ish area before the end of the year during quarter 4, October, November time, where the monthly returns are usually about 20 to 40% averages, right? So the averages for October are 21%. The averages for November are around 46%. So if we get any significant push to the upside between October and November, it's going to really make it or break it. If we don't make a new all-time high, I do believe that a top is coming in this October-November timeframe, right? So if we don't make a new all-time high and we bottom out, we top out around 115 to 120 again without making a new all-time high, then that's where I'm going to be taking a good majority of my profits at that point in time and just letting the rest of the market ride, and looking for some low leverage long-term shorts for Bitcoin overall. But let me tell you, man, I'd be very surprised. I'd be very surprised if we don't get one more pump. It doesn't mean that we're going to make a new all-time high, but I would be very surprised if we don't get one more pump here in October, November time before topping out completely. So we shall see. September is still up 1% in the green. We know that September usually is negative, about negative 3%. The last two Septembers have been green. So we will see here if we can actually set a record and get the first 3 consecutive Septembers to be green, right? The last time 2 Septembers were green was 15, 16, and then in 17 we had a red September. So we'll see here if we can actually open up, we can actually close 3 Septembers in the green. We shall see. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. Ethereum here heading towards that previous day low, still haven't hit it just yet. Bitcoin dropping lower, fighting this lower band of this downtrend. Cannot find support, probably heading towards this weekly open of 108,200, whether it happens today or later tonight during the Asia trading session. Most of the trading volume is drying up now, so don't know if we're going to have a late evening, late afternoon drop here and take us down to this weekly open, or we're going to do it during the Asia trading session around 8 p.m. Eastern to around, midnight. Ethereum right now is sitting at 42.86, right, heading towards this previous day low. If the previous day low of 42.81 does not hold, our last big area to the downside for potential support for a bounce is this previous week low of 42.55, right? 42.55 is the previous week low. If that area doesn't hold, then we have some other targets between 42.28 to 41.79 to the downside for Ethereum later this week. Today is, I believe, Thursday. Yeah, today's Thursday already. Tomorrow's Friday, so the week is coming to a close here pretty quickly. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Yeah, that would definitely suck. Thank you, brother, for the help in the TA. No problem, Anthony. That's what I'm here for, bro. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Chat's a little slow today. Everybody, people start seeing the market dropping and the market started going sideways and people start getting real quiet real fast because nobody likes it. Everybody gets bored real quick. People are only in the shows, in the live streams and whatever. They're only active when either the market is blasting off or the market is absolutely dumping. And since we're not absolutely dumping just yet, right, we're just kind of chopping sideways with some minor pullbacks here and there. Nobody's really interested. It's either we're massive dump or we're getting a massive pump. That's the only time people actually care about crypto. October is usually better for crypto, right? Yes, October has a average return of around 21%, 21% to the upside. So October is pretty good. November is a bit better with an average of 46% to the upside. So yeah, that's why I'm expecting and hoping for another big push here, whether we make all-time highs or not, who knows, but another big push in the October-November time frame. Sage says, I'm shorting. What's your entry, Sage? NFL is starting today. I wonder if it is affecting the market. No, man, the NFL is not affecting the market. That's funny, though. That would be funny if it were true. Don't get stocks or up. The job report is good. And for the Estate Curtis, why Bitcoin dropping again? Honestly, fundamentally, I don't know why Bitcoin is dumping again. Right? I don't know what people are going to blame it on this point in time. We came up to the weekly average yesterday and found a lot of resistance. Oh, this is Ethereum. Sorry. We came up to around 112.6 yesterday. Found a lot of resistance there. Started to drop lower. I honestly thought we were coming down to a retest of the value of the August value area low, right, or the range low, coming here to the 111, 114. I really expected a bounce off of there, but during the London trading session, tanked all the way down to the previous day low, came back up, got rejected off the August value area low, and that rejection off the value area low from August is what's been pushing the price down. Just massive dump to the downside of rejection off that range. Not being able to get back in to the August range was definitely not good for Bitcoin here in the short term. So technically, that's the reason why we dropped. Fundamentally, is it the NFL season? Is it the raining frogs? I don't know. Maybe it's the crop circles. Who knows? Was August green? I believe August was red. August was negative 6.49%. It was green the grand majority, and then the last week or so, it just was dump city, and it really tanked the price for August. Thank you for smashing those likes and hitting that subscribe, Vitaly. Let's go. What's going on, Luigi? Good to see you. Just Mike, what's going on, man? Good to see you here too. People building futures, parlays in betting. Oh, that's what it is. Everybody's putting their money on parlays, and everybody's just stopped trading crypto. That's what's really happening. That's what's really going on. Steven says, I need your help, dog. What's going on, brother? What do you need help with, Steven? Don't tell me you're a scammer. Isn't ETH on the daily showing a bull flag? Where is ETH showing? Oh, on the daily. Hold on the daily. Maybe you're right. Cause I'm about to say, bro, I was like, there ain't no way you're seeing a bull flag on the 15-minute. But on the daily, I don't see that either. I mean, you could, I guess, argue that if you're looking back from like August 1st as the pole and then this as your flag up here. We are still within the value. We are still within the range for the month of August, right? If we start dropping below 41.62, Ethereum could be in trouble. Meanwhile, we stay above 41.62. ETH is still pretty solid to hold the August range and continue pushing to the upside, hopefully. I got stuck on Bybit. How did you get stuck? If you're losing money, cut your trade, close it out, and get out of there. It's the best thing I can tell you. Another subscriber in the house. Good to see you. Good to appreciate all the subscribes coming in today, baby. Let's go. People are finally hitting that subscribe. All you guys are always watching the channel and never hitting the subscribe, man. Let's see here. Make sure. Does it look like we could be dipping into the weekend? Yes. If we don't have a strong bounce tomorrow on Friday, right? Ethereum is setting up here where we could be sweeping the previous week low tomorrow, which would be a long entry that I would be looking for. Bitcoin, not so much, right? We're currently in the middle of no man's land between the weekly open and below the Monday high or the Monday low. What is this? This is the Monday high. So not great right here. Thank you for smashing those subscribes. Let's go. Another subscriber in the house. So right now, yeah, very, very iffy about Bitcoin. Ethereum looking pretty good for a potential push to the upside. We're pushing here off the previous day low right now up to 4,300, but I'm not convinced just yet as if Bitcoin continues pulling back, ETH will pull back along with it as well. So we'll see here if we start bottoming out. I want to know if there's a legit platform, man. Yeah, of course there's legit platforms, dude. I'm using WEEX right now. Used to use Wlfi, used to use BitUnix. They're all legitimate, but at the end of the day, they're not your bank, guys. They're not your bank. Don't treat these trading exchanges like they're your bank account, right? Only keep on there what you're willing to lose, what you're using to trade actively, and take all your long-term profits, all your long-term holds off the exchange and into a hardware wallet or at least a MetaMask wallet where you can hold custody of it. But if you're keeping stuff on these exchanges, treating it like it's your bank account, you will get wrecked, guys. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. Let's get it. Let's see here. What is your prediction for the upcoming partnership with Swift? Are you referring to like XRP or something? Each October, there are different macro events. Comparing percentages, upward, downward months seems irrelevant. It's just a pattern of what you've seen, of what we've seen in historically for Bitcoin. So yes, the macroeconomic situations are different, but overall, these are the averages, right? October, since 2013, we've only had 2 red Octobers. Maybe we get our third October red here in 2025. That's a possibility. But just as in odds, statistically wise, October is pretty green. We've only had 2 red Octobers since 2013. So it is somewhat relevant. It's not completely irrelevant to just be like, oh, there's no reason to be looking at that. Let's see here. This is my first bull run. How long does alt season last? Alt seasons come and go, guys. Alt season comes and go. They all have different lengths, different time periods. And altcoin season occurs when Bitcoin is pushing up to new all-time highs. That's step number one. Once we start reaching above those new all-time highs and we start ranging at those all-time highs, that's step number two, Bitcoin ranging and maintaining those all-time highs. Step number three, Bitcoin dominance dropping. As Bitcoin dominance drops, altcoins pump even further, right? So right now we've had Bitcoin hit a new all-time high of 125. We've fallen back below the previous highs of 109, 112, right? Those previous highs. So we're still technically ranging at the highs because we're above 100,000, right? So we're still technically ranging above there, but more likely than not, we're not really hitting all-time highs right now, which is step number one. And ranging above all-time highs is debatable. The only thing that's saving the altcoins so far and potentially could lead to an altcoin season is the fact that Bitcoin dominance is still sitting at 58%, way below its highs of like 65 to 67% a few months ago. So the fact that Bitcoin dominance is below 60% right now is what's keeping altcoins afloat. If Bitcoin dominance starts to skyrocket to the upside, well above 60%, and Bitcoin's price continues to drop lower, altcoins will get crushed like they did in Q1 of 2025 and probably drop 80+%. How much money do you usually put into a trade? I just joined the Citadel, so I'm trying to gauge. Yes, so in the crypto Citadel, I usually trade with about $2,000, $2,000 to $2,500 max on my trade on Bitcoin. Right, this is for Bitcoin. I mainly only trade Bitcoin. A few Ethereum trades here and there on really good setups once in a while helps out as well. So I trade on Ethereum anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 with 20x leverage for Ethereum. For Bitcoin, $2,000 to $2,500 on 20 to 21x leverage. That is what I trade with in the Crypto Citadel. What do you think the best trading app is? Because Robinhood's been taking crazy percentages. Dude, trading Robinhood sucks. Robinhood is not the place you want to be at to be actively trading. Come on over to WEEX or come on over, come on over to WEEX. Use my link, right? You can sign up. You can use any of the trading exchanges. They're going to be way lower fees than Robinhood. Let's see here. Artia and W good coins for altcoin season. Let's go. Hoagie smashing that subscribe. Let's get it. What was the question again? Artia and W good coins for alt season. Not realistically, guys. Tia has been doing nothing but making lower highs here. I looked at this thing for the first time in a very long time. Because somebody mentioned it in the previous live stream yesterday. Let me show you. Celestia, Tia, is completely under the yearly VWAP all of 2025. Just making lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs. Can we eventually have a pump maybe in the last big rally of the market towards this yearly VWAP of 261? Potentially, right? Potentially that would be the next target here to make another lower high. And maybe if we get above 261, get above this yearly VWAP, we could run to 371. But outside of that, I don't expect these targets of $4.60 to $6 to really hit unless we have some major skyrocket altcoin season. Bitcoin's at 150,000, Ethereum's at $6,000 plus. I don't really see this happening. Celestia has been doing nothing but tanking all of 2025. And just making lower highs consistently. Now, a rally from 155 to 261 is potentially possible, but outside of that, if we don't get above the yearly VWAP, it ain't gonna get much higher than that. So appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate you guys smashing those likes. What are your thoughts on Matic? Do you see this project breaking to the upside? Matic is gonna have ups and downs and have little rallies, but at the end of the day, I do not expect to see Matic making new all-time highs. For that reason alone, I am not putting Matic in my long-term holds. I'm not putting Matic on my spot holds or anything like that. Can there be some low leverage longs that we could possibly take? Let's go take a look. They branded over to pull. So currently, let's go, hitting that subscribe. Come on, let's get it, Nelson. Appreciate you smashing that subscribe, brother. Let's see here. Dang it. So Bitcoin right now, I mean Bitcoin, Polygon, Pole, Matic, whatever you want to call this thing, right, has been below the yearly VWAP for the grand majority of the year. Recently, we got back above it. We came up as high as 30 cents. Currently, we're pulling back down. Can we retest it back at 25 cents? Possibly. If we can stay above this yearly VWAP, we do have targets up at 30 cents, almost 31 cents. Above that, next target is 38 cents, then 44 to about 55 cents, give or take, for Polygon to the upside, assuming we can hold this yearly VWAP and have another altcoin season to the upside. If not, this is pretty much going to be all she wrote. I've been watching you for several years now. I think I'm ready to join the Citadel. What's the subscription in pricing like? It's $3.90. It's $3.30 a day, guys. $3.30 a day to join the Crypto Citadel. Right now, there's only 20 spots left for that price point. After that, the price will be increasing, and there's 10 spots available for lifetime subscription. Right, 10 spots available for lifetime subscription. If you go into the link of my video, maybe on YouTube you won't be able to see it because YouTube would be a little different. I can actually drop it into the chat here. Give me a second. Let me pull it up. What is? Give me a second here. Go over here to my link tree. So just put this link here into the link tree. And you'll see there the price, and you'll get the monthly and the lifetime available there if you guys are interested in doing that and joining. So should be in the chat now. Should be able to see it in the chat. That's the link. You can use that and get in there for the monthly before it increases, or you can get the lifetime forever, and that's it. It's a one-time payment and it's over. Let's go see here. Who's spamming? Ponke, why you gotta be so mean, man? Just spamming those likes. What's the question? I don't understand what the question is. NPC? What are you talking about, NPC? New to this, are we in a bull run, or will we be soon? Adam, we have been in a bull run, man. We've been in a bull run since 2023. As you guys can see here, we go take a look at the Bitcoin chart. All right. We take a look at the Bitcoin chart here on the daily. Let me clear off some of this other stuff up here so it's not overwhelming. But if we take a look here at the longer time frame stuff, Bitcoin bottomed out. This is 2025. Right? Bitcoin bottomed out around, geez, 2023 is so far behind. Oh, this is the daily instead of the weekly. Let me jump out to the weekly. There we go. Easier to see on the weekly. Let me turn this off. As you guys can see here, bottom of the bull market, or the bear market, was in December of 2022. Since then, we have been doing nothing but creating higher lows, 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 for the last 3 years. So, 2023 to 2025, last 2 years, we have been making new all-time highs and lower and higher lows. So we have been in a bull market since 2023. Don't get me wrong. If anybody's telling you that we haven't been, that the bull run is just starting, they're lying to you. If anything, we are coming near the end of this bull run, right? Could potentially be happening if we start dropping below 100,000. We start dropping below 100,000, and we could be starting to create our first lower high, right? Especially if we drop down to 96 or 84,000. That would definitely be a strong indication of, hey, the top is in, right? Then we're going to be dropping down like it's hot. So definitely something to be keeping an eye on. We are currently re-entering the 6 month 2025 range with targets, right, with the value area low being down as low as 93,000. If we don't get out of this area and jump back up, right, then we could be starting to rotate down, and it could be the end of the bull market as we know for the next foreseeable future. So yeah, the bull market's here. It's been here, and it's close to coming to an end if we don't really start to shape up and start making some new all-time highs here anytime soon. So just keep that in mind. If you're following people and people are telling you the bull market is just getting started, they are lying. They are lying, my friends. The bull market is not just starting. The bull market has started and is potentially close to coming to an end. Let's keep going here. Chainlink. Let's go take a look at Chainlink. World Liberty Financial. What can you tell me about, man? It's a good investment or what? I'm not holding World Liberty Finance. I'm not buying that thing. I am going to be taking trades off of it, right, with low leverage, but I am not buying that thing. I do not think it's it could pump to 50 cents at some point if we have another altcoin season. If this is not top, right? If Bitcoin actually recovers and has another all-time high. But if it doesn't, if Bitcoin doesn't recover here and Bitcoin doesn't start to really make another push here in Q4 and we start to top out and 125 becomes the top and we lose 105, we lose 103, and we start dropping below 100, it's a wrap for the bull market and it's going to really suck. So there is no alt season. Alt season will occur when we see Bitcoin do all three of these things. Push towards a new all-time high. Range at those all-time highs. Bitcoin dominance drop lower. Bitcoin dominance needs to drop to 53% or lower, right? And during that process, we will see another altcoin season. If we don't see those three steps happening, we will not have another altcoin season. Let's see here. Somebody said about, I'm not buying any coins right now. Somebody said, what coin are you buying? I'm not buying any coins, guys. We are at the end game here. I am on the way out. I am taking profits, right? I am looking to take profits on my altcoins, on my portfolio, and looking to take some potential long-term leverage shorts, long-term low leverage shorts if we are going to be topping out here and heading lower, right? So I am not looking to buy any altcoins. I am not looking for the, I am looking for another altcoin season. Don't get me wrong. I am looking for another big blow off top here, potentially into October, November time, but I will be taking heavy profits around that time if we get that next big rally, right? Maybe we just have dump city from here and I get left holding the bag, which I really don't want to do. But Bitcoin already did all-time high. That's what I don't understand. Yes, Bitcoin did an all-time high. It went to 125, but it didn't stay at those highs. It lost those highs and has been creating a massive downtrend. It didn't range sideways. If it would have stayed, if it would have hit 125, dropped down to 115, 115-ish, 112 area, and then continue to range back up towards that 120 and go sideways for a couple of weeks, that would have been fine, but it didn't. It went up to 125, made a lower high, Jackson Hole top or pump with Jerome Powell talking about potential interest rate cuts happened. We pumped to 117, and instead of making a higher low at that point, we still dropped lower again, and we've been dropping lower and lower and lower down to 107. Currently, 107 is the bottom, and we've been in a slight uptrend in September so far from that 107 bottom. But if we do not get our things together, right? If we do not get our stuff together here and we start dropping below this 107 area, it is not going to be good, guys. It is not going to be good. We still have to wait and see for the interest rate cut decision on the 17th of September. Maybe that's our saving grace. Maybe we get the interest rate cut and, that's where we get our next major blast off rally like we did with Jerome Powell when he spoke when he spoke in Jackson Hole, talking about a potential, very dovish, very likely of a pullback, of a interest rate cut. If he comes out and says, yeah, we're cutting interest rates, send it, right? We could have that next saving grace rally. Let's see here. Let's go back into the chat. Thank you for the explanation. No problem. Don't panic. Nobody's panicking, guys. I'm not panicking. Everything is part of the game plan. We're looking at charts. We're looking at data. We're taking trades, and we're doing the best we can with the information we got. I'm not blindly reacting. I'm not blindly panicking. Let's see here. Sir, what possible point Bitcoin retrace? Dude, I don't want this thing dropping lower than the weekly open. Let me tell you, if we start dropping below the weekly open, I'm gonna start puckering up, bro. Because after that, we got the previous week low and the anchored VWAP down at 107, which is our local bottom that we've made on September 1st. We do not want to be losing this bottom. We do not want to lose this bottom. We lose this bottom, 105 to 103 is on deck. Right, and that is going to be no bueno. No bueno, my friend. The market has been way different from previous higher highs in February 2023 and 2024. Yes, obviously, Bitcoin has been making higher highs. The game has changed now that ETFs are here, institutional demand, right? We got corporations with, creating treasuries, all this stuff. So overall, things are different, which is why I believe that the bear markets will be different. The bear markets will not be as steep as previous bear markets where we had 50, 60, 80% retracements on Bitcoin. I think we're going to be topping out between 30 to 40% retracements for Bitcoin, kind of how we did in Q1 of 2025. We retraced about 33 to 36%, dropping from 109 to about 76,000, and then we rallied for Q2 and so far for the first half of Q3. We were rallying hard. I think the bear markets are going to be similar to those scenarios. Sir, is 104,500 possible? Yes, it's possible. It's still on deck. We're currently at 109. But I'm not currently looking for that area unless we lose 107. If we lose 107 with this anchored VWAP, which is also our current low for September, right? If we lose this area, then yes, 105 to 104 is on deck. Why do I say that? Because that's the Q2 NPOC. That's another monthly NPOC at 105. We have a 6-month NPOC at 104,837, which is a big target overall. And then below that, we got a daily average at 103. And then we got the yearly VWAP. We have the yearly VWAP down at 102. The yearly VWAP, this orange line right here, down at 102, which would be our last saving grace before losing 100K. So we shall see, my friends. We shall see. Chainlink prediction. That's right. People keep asking about Chainlink, and I keep getting sidetracked. Let's go take a look at Chainlink. Let's go take a look at Chainlink here. Come on, Chainlink. What you got for us, boy? Chainlink here has fallen out of its previous month uptrend, right? We are still within the range for August, which is good, holding above $22. But if we start to lose 22.18, next target to the downside is 21.40. Below 21.40, if that's lost, we're looking at 19.70 to potentially anywhere between 18.55 down to 16.87. Those are the targets to the downside for Chainlink. Now, if we can hold this August low or hold 21.40, right, and Bitcoin has a recovery, Bitcoin pumps up, altcoin season, yada yada. Targets to the upside remain between 29.78 to 34.68. Above 34.68, we're looking at 47 to potentially previous all-time highs for good old Chainlink, not Biddy. Biddy is just chopping sideways right now. Is the crypto group, do you do spot trading trades or leverage trading with the signals? So the signals are with leverage. You can do them spot. They're usually day trades, get in, get out. I am going to start incorporating swing trades, which are either very low leverage 2 to 3x, 5x max, or just completely spot, right, from 1 week to the next to about, a month-long trade here or there. So we are going to start incorporating some swing trades, especially if we're going to be shifting from bull market to bear market status and start dropping lower. Then we're definitely going to be looking for longer term shorts to the downside with low leverage for Bitcoin and Ethereum and a lot of the altcoins. So yeah, definitely going to be pivoting to that and incorporating a little bit more of that as we switch from bull market to bear market if we continue to drop. Which exchange platform do you use to do leverage trading? Right now, everybody in the Crypto Citadel gets special deposit bonuses and lower fees if they're signing up with my link to WEEX. If you're signing up on your own, then you're just going to pay full fees and probably not get good deposits on it. But so everybody in the Crypto Citadel gets exclusive benefits for the exchanges that I partner with. So yeah. Nicole, what's going on? Love that you always have a plan. Nicole, that's all you can do in the market. Even in the market, whether you're trading, whether you're a spot holder, right? Even if you're a spot holder, you're still a trader, guys. I want you guys to realize that. Even if you're just doing spot, you're still a trader. You still have an entry. You still have a point of taking profit. I hope you do, right? If not, you're just never going to make money. And at some point you're gonna have to cut your loss, potentially dollar cost average. You're still a trader. It's not leverage. You won't get liquidated, but at some point, if it's not Bitcoin, it could go to zero, right? Which is pretty much liquidation anyways. So even if you're a spot, you're still a trader. You must have a game plan. You must be analyzing data. You must be reading charts. If you're not, you will get wrecked. You are just going to blindly follow the FOMO and the fear of creators, right? Creators are going to come online. We're going to make an all-time high. We're going to the moon. We're going to 100x. We're all going to make it. We're going to be millionaires. And you're just going to FOMO and you're going to buy. And you're probably going to be buying a top and then the market is going to tank on you. And same thing the opposite way. When it's complete FUD, when the market is crashing, it's complete fear. Sell. It's over. Panic. It's all over. And then boom, we find support and we have a major bounce and we make a new all-time high and you sold at the bottom, right? And that happens because you're just going based off what everyone's talking about online. What is all the headlines? They're all bearish. What are all the headlines? They're all bullish. What are all the creators saying? Bullish or bearish, right? And you're just following the herd. You're not reading data for yourself. And the grand majority of these creators don't read data either. They're just reading headlines and putting their bias and their opinions on it, which is okay, but it's not data. It's not investing. It's not investing or trading substance that you can use to actually make good decisions. They're just strictly emotional. And if you're going to be an investor, if you're going to be a trader, you can't be emotional about it, right? You got to keep it objective, which is what the Crypto Citadel is about. The Crypto Citadel is about always game planning, about taking the best trades possible. We don't win all the trades. We lose, right? We lost today. We lost yesterday. But guess what? We're still in the positive for the week. It's not going to be a fantastic week of gains, but we still have Friday to play out. We could get a big setup tomorrow for a potential long, and we can, rock it out and then have a great, fantastic week. But, sometimes we have a few days of losses, then we get a few days of wins. Meanwhile, the wins are always bigger than the losses. We stay in profit, and that's what the Crypto Citadel has been doing for the last 3+ months, right? We closed out June 3,800 in profit. We closed out July in 6,800 in profit. We closed out August at 5,100 in profit. Right now, still the first week of September. It's a little rocky, but we'll figure it out. We'll get it rocking and rolling. We made over 500 on Monday. We lost like 250 on Wednesday. Yesterday, we took no trades on Tuesday. And then today we lost like 139. So we're still in the profit for the week. Not a fantastic week of trading, right? But we're in the profit, and that's all that matters. So always keeping it 100% transparent, always 100% real with you guys. We win, we lose. Nobody has a 100% win rate. Meanwhile, my losses are small and my wins are big. That's all that matters. I have had weeks where I've been negative the entire week. And guess what? The next 3 weeks I've come back, come out in the positive, still made a great month of trading. So that's all that matters. Z41, what's going on, man? Says, hey, bro, do you see World Liberty Finance hitting like 50 cents to $1? Also, does Bitcoin control World Liberty Finance as well? Finally, has your no, my TikTok has not been reinstated. I had to create a new TikTok. So at Real Bitcoin Crusader is what my handle is on TikTok. But my old TikTok, Blockchain Crusader, is gone. So first off, first part of that question, can World Liberty Finance hit 50 cents? Yes, but here's the caveat, which was the second part of your question. Does Bitcoin control it as well? Absolutely. World Liberty Finance is an altcoin just like any other. And if Bitcoin dumps, the altcoins will dump. What did Bitcoin do today? Bitcoin dumped. World Liberty Finance dumped over 17%, making a new low of 16 cents, right? So 100%. If Bitcoin has topped out and Bitcoin does not make any more highs, World Liberty Finance ain't going to make it to 50 cents on its own. Now, if Bitcoin has one more pump in it, right, and we get a big quarter four like we're potentially expecting or hopefully wishing for, right, between October and November, with October being 21% averages of returns, November being 46%, we could get World Liberty Finance into an altcoin season rally along with Bitcoin if Bitcoin makes another big push for another all-time high here before the quarter four is over. And then I can see World Liberty Finance running for that 50 cent plus price point. But if we don't get that, World Liberty Finance isn't going. Dark, what's going on, brother? Says, how's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin right now is chopping us up, bro. It is chopping us up. We had a major rejection here off the August value area low, losing the August range, which is not bueno. In the short term here, we got rejected off 111 this morning and have fallen through all support of previous day low, sweeps of the London low, bounce off the monthly and weekly VWAP. Thank you for smashing that subscribe. Let's get it, brother. So we lost all support here, and we're currently floating in no man's land around the 109,300 to 109,700. If we continue dropping, our next target to the downside is this weekly open of 108,216, but we will see. Bitcoin hopefully could potentially recover here and start pushing up higher tomorrow. Hopefully Friday we get a nice little long setup and we can take it to the upside. Let's see here. Let's see. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. It's time to say it's good time to buy. No, guys, I'm not buying anything. I am learning of happy losing. Don't know what that means. How to join your group, Hermes? It's really simple to join my group. Just go to the link in my profile. Go to my link tree. You'll see the links there in the link tree. Let me see, where is. You'll see the monthly membership sign up and the lifetime access. If you want to get that, there's only 10 spots for a lifetime. There's only 20 spots left for monthly. So you'll go there and you'll be able to sign up and get involved with the Crypto Citadel. Probably is a good time to buy low. We could be dropping a lot lower, guys. Let's see here. XRP and Shiba, bro. XRP is probably getting smacked right now. XRP is sitting at 281. Oh, that's not my XRP chart. XRP still within its downtrend from the previous month here. We're currently sitting right on the monthly VWAP of 281. If this area is lost and we lose the current low of September around 270, our targets to the downside for XRP are 257 to 252 with the yearly VWAP at 258. If that doesn't hold, next targets to the downside are between 242 to 233 to the downside for XRP. Now, if XRP can hold this value area low of the August range at 280, and we do have some type of rally, some type of push to the upside, our targets to the upside within the August range are between $3.95 to $3, $2.95 to $3, excuse me. And then if we can break this downtrend of lower highs and get above 333, our target to the upside is 366 to 416. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Yeah, this happens to even the best guys. Everybody loses trades. Anybody that tells you that they don't lose trades, that all they do is win, 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 either they're lying or their luck is about to run out and they're gonna get humbled real quick. Let me tell you. Not sure if you covered ETH, just joined now. Sorry, no problem. Let's go take a look at ETH once again. So ETH here, obviously on the daily, not looking too good. On the monthly, still pretty good. Very good on the monthly here overall. A little bit of a messy chart right now. Excuse me for the mess. But on the daily, we are still within the August range, right? The value area low is at 41.58. If we lose 41.58, next big targets are going to be 4,000 to as low as 38.17 before potentially going out for some lower targets in the $3,000 range, which would be not bueno. Now, if we can hold 41.60, 41.63 or whatever it is, hold the August range and Bitcoin have a recovery, Bitcoin push back up towards that 115 area or higher, right? Ethereum still has targets up at 45.91 to 48.12 before potentially running for an all-time high to the upside. Nisim, what's going on? Update on XRP. It looks like it's holding 280, like you said. Yeah, meanwhile, it holds 280. Targets to the upside for XRP are $2.95 to $3, and then it needs to break $3.33 to break the descending downtrend and run for that 366. Thank you for hitting that subscribe. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. Sure, is Bitcoin down to 100K in September? We'll see, man. I don't know if we're gonna go to 100K in September just yet. We gotta take it level by level, day by day, week by week. Right now, we're at 109, right? Meanwhile, we don't lose 107. 100 is not on the table. If we start to lose 107, next targets are between 105 to 104, even down to as low as 103. Below that, we have the yearly VWAP of 102. We lose the yearly VWAP, and below 100, we shall go. So just keep that in mind, guys. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all of you guys smashing those likes, hanging out, and joining the Crypto Citadel. We have 20 spots left, or I should say probably 19. I think a few people joined yesterday. 19 or 18 spots left for the monthly subscription at $3.30 a day. And we've still got 10 spots left for the lifetime access. So if you're interested in lifetime access, definitely now's the time. There's only going to be 10 spots. After those 10 spots are gone, there will be no more lifetime access to anybody. So join the Crypto Citadel, my private trading group, to get long-term macro analysis, daily trade setups, daily trade signals, live trading sessions, my 1-hour trading course, and my exclusive trading indicators that I've made myself, and I continue to add new features to every couple of weeks. So make sure you guys are joining in there. If you want to know how to join, go to the profile, go to the link, look for my link tree, and you will find the links there. Guys, I appreciate every single one of you guys in here, smashing those likes, hitting that subscribe. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.